3, 2, 1. What's up and welcome to the Rundown.
Nice
I'm
slide
here with Donnie, Rudy. Got a lot of great topics to talk about today. And as always, the Rundown is brought to you by Ridge Wallet. Ridge Wallet is an ultra slim minimalist wallet. It holds up to 12 cards plus room for cash. There's over 30 colors and styles, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. It's made with RFID blocking technology that protects you from digital pickpocketers, something very current in this day and age. And they also have a new key case to help organize your keys. It secures anywhere from 2 to 6 keys. It organizes your keys in a compact silhouette and fold out for easy access. There are 6 colors and styles in this form as well. So go to ridge.com-rundown and use code RUNDOWN for 10% off your order. That is ridge.com-rundown and use the code RUNDOWN for 10% off your order. So let's get into it.
Do you see this wallet? A Ridge wallet, it's like 1/4 the size, but can carry all the same things.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Yeah. It's a great
It's
buy.
a gross, ugly, old leather
Yeah,
wallet.
you
The
got
Ridge
an old
wallets are
man
actually
wallet.
awesome.
Oh, you have an old man wallet.
No, I
dude.
don't.
Dude, I saw your wallet over the weekend. It was like 4 times as thick as mine.
I'm in the,
You have like a grandfather's wallet.
biggest bulge in my pants. Anyway,
Billy's
going
like
to the
one
national.
step away from going like a utility belt. Like that's how tactical you're getting.
I'm all about
You
utility.
have a knee pocket.
I do, because I can carry so much stuff.
What are you gonna put in a knee pocket?
I usually put like Zyn or headphones, and then I have a
Drugs.
pocket for each item I have in my pocket, so when I need it, I can reach for it quickly.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, they're tactical joggers.
Yeah.
Are your joggers tactical?
I do have cargo. I'm trying to get more tactical too.
You're also a cargo guy.
Yeah.
I appreciate that about you.
Yeah, cargo is fucking awesome.
I mean, the fact that I feel like cargo pants got put in the same like block as Nickelback, where they're really actually good and useful, but everyone just shat on them for no reason.
Cargo shorts, they got a lot of shit.
Yeah, I put them in it's weird, like cargo pants are cool now, but like cargo shorts remain in the category of unfuckable.
Should we try to bring them back this summer?
I'm down, dude.
Let's go. Cargo
Yeah.
short summer.
No.
Listen, guys, we all dress like
Short summer.
buffoons. We take dressing like an asshole to a professional level for the most part, so who cares?
You guys at home who have like office dress codes are actually lucky because you don't really have to think about what you have to wear every day.
It's true.
Us,
I
takes us longer.
Yeah,
We're
the
so
people
brave.
who go to private school, they have to wear like a uniform. That's great. You don't have to like wake up every morning and be like, are people gonna make fun of me for what I wear? Like, am I gonna look lame?
some people in this office try to get off fits every day.
Yeah.
And I would
losers.
be exhausted doing that, so I just go utilitarian and tactical.
Yeah. Billy's firmly in the utilitarian
Yeah.
regime. That's his vibe.
So let's get to last night's events. The national championship game. Georgia 65, TCU 7.
Great game.
Riveting.
Stetson Bennett had 6 touchdowns. Everyone's now like worshiping the 25-year-old. Everyone's kind of upset with the playoff committee for this game, but I actually think the playoff committee did the best job they ever have in setting up the teams for the college football playoff. And I'll explain why. Yes, this game wasn't to the viewers' pleasure, but both games on New Year's Eve were amazing games, and the committee could only control the 4 teams they put in those games.
Yeah.
Whatever happened after that was out of their control.
It's
So-
unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, it was a fucking blowout. I didn't expect 65 to fucking 7. That's pretty crazy. But, I mean, we were 2 plays away from Michigan, Ohio State,
Yeah.
which is tough. Like, it was maybe
yeah.
could have been one of the greatest national championships ever, but
And
that's the way it
that's
goes.
and
They're
honestly,
moving to a larger playoff format, though, right?
Which this is not. I was in favor of that because I want to see more of it. Like, I think it'd be more interesting, but this does not bode well for that when in the national championship game.
No, because I think with a larger playoff
It's a
format, you'll be
65-7.
able to like weed out a team that can't really.
Yeah, but dude,
You
if they have
stand
the
the test.
4th best team in the country playing the first best team in the country beats the 4th best team 65-7, what's going to happen when the 1
Yeah.
plays the 12?
but also there is the element.
It's going to be like a fucking A-bomb going off.
Let's say TCU is way healthier and played a better game, or let's say Georgia, Stetson Bennett got hurt, Brock Bowers got hurt in the semifinal, and then Georgia gets blown out. because they lose a bunch of players. Like they can only control the first teams they put in, and the first teams they put in those games, 2 out of 3 of these college football games were amazing.
Yeah.
And usually in the past, we've been seeing huge blowouts in the semifinals and getting a good national championship game.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the scheme of things,
Fair
I'd
enough.
rather like those
I'll
games
take
were better.
2 good playoff games.
Those
So-
were
over
great
just
games.
1 good national championship.
The only one
maybe?
most people complaining about this game are all SEC fans.
Yeah.
All the people doing rants is like, oh, they should have had more SEC teams. But like, look, like those SEC teams didn't meet the criteria. They lost to low-level teams in their division. Like Alabama lost to Tennessee. Like they got kicked out. Tennessee probably should have been in the national championship game, in the national college football playoff, but they had injuries and didn't really make it past in the season. So.
Yeah. Billy, you're good at categorizing blowouts. I like when you do that.
Yeah.
Would you say the highest level is a clowning?
Honestly, I thought the highest level was a clowning until
I think this surpasses clowning. What's above clowning?
Well, the thing is, in college football,
shellacking?
there isn't as much clowning because the
war crime?
coaches, the coaches have better handle on their players.
Yeah.
So like guys can't, get up to crazy stuff.
Dude, they were eating wings
right?
on the
The
side.
seniors. That I did put a blog out. It is in the top 10 clownings, but nothing matches the circus that was put on when the Chiefs went ring around the rosy on the Raiders the other night. I think that was Saturday.
Well, when I used to play football in China, we used to shellac teams like this and be up like by 8 touchdowns, and I would actually like feel fine just taking a hoon break and smoking cigarettes on the sidelines. So
I think you could have done
that's-
that at any point of the game. It didn't matter when.
I mean,
Maybe, but I wanted to keep my lungs healthy in a closer game.
Your
The-
lungs took a big hit. That's one of my favorite Barstool clips ever, is you getting the wind knocked out of you.
Yeah, and then shitting my pants. Yeah.
I got the wind knocked out of me. I couldn't take a breath for like 30 seconds. So, just between me and you, when I told people back there I got the wind knocked out of me, I got the shit knocked out of me. When that dude's knee made contact with my abdomen, I started squirting poop everywhere. So I just gotta make sure it doesn't start leaking down into the socks. Because if my socks start turning brown, that's not gonna be good for team morale.
I mean, now everyone's saying Stetson Bennett's going to be a first-round draft pick. Everyone's hyping up Stetson Bennett. It's it's getting a little crazy.
And but everyone's also just like talking about he's so fucking old. Like, how much
Yeah.
do you think that matters? Like, do you think the fact that he was a few years older than most people on the field actually was the reason that he was so dominant? Or,
No,
I think
Georgia is just a wagon.
yeah.
People forget that Joey Burrow was also 24, I think, when he won the national championship. So he was a little older, and I do think the more time you have in college football when you're a good player, actually you end up playing better. You get
more reps.
You get put behind people. You know the system
You're a little
better.
more mature, yeah.
I don't think Joe Burrow, it was indicative of NFL success, as we've seen. I mean, I think we can all say Joe Burrow has been successful in the NFL.
Yeah.
We'll see if Stetson Bennett still has that same success. I mean, he is, a lot smaller. He is mobile for college, but we'll
Also,
see.
the people that are like, oh, he's 25, he's so old, like as if it's like a cheap thing. It's like, who cares, dude? Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, they're kids still.
But bro, freaking Sam Darnold is younger than Stetson Bennett.
Yeah, by what? Like 2 years?
Lamar Jackson has played 5 years in the NFL, and he's younger.
You're talking
than
about
Stetson Bennett.
a fucking freak, a phenom.
If he translates to the NFL, I actually think he will be a great game manager because he's been in these big games. He's played with top talent. I mean, just looking at the field, the first snap of the ball when TCU had it, you could see TCU was a college team. Georgia was an SEC borderline, looked like an NFL team. So him handling that kind of talent, that kind of speed, I think his translation to the NFL will be smoother. But if he is able to be a playmaker in that bigger, faster, stronger league and create offense like he did last night, is to be seen. But I think he'd be definitely a great career. He could definitely be a career backup. But anyone saying that, he's a definite first pick, I think that's a little out there.
Yeah. Big Ev was staring daggers through us earlier.
Yeah.
Big Ev, I want to get your take on
Do you have
it.
anything to add to this? Now, do you think Georgia will be doubted next season too, as Kirby keeps saying?
You talking mass hysteria.
Big F, my question for you is, if hypothetically you guys get through, and could they have played? I mean, I guess hypothetically, if you played Georgia, what do you think the score would have been?
We played Georgia.
No, I'm saying like in this game, and then again like in the national championship.
I mean, we played them once. We probably should have beat them. We outplayed them. We just let it slip through our fingers at the end. I mean, I guess it's a weird question because we literally just played them.
I know, but I'm saying like in the big stage, in the semifinal, it's a little different.
I think similar. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a coin flip game.
I'm gonna keep it real. I forgot that they played Georgia.
Yeah.
I was like, well, last game was
I
against
didn't have
Georgia.
to
We
try to
lost
save
by.
yourself.
We lost. We made a field goal at the last second. We win.
But
I think it's a coin flip game again.
if you play TCU, what the score is?
I think we win. I'm not going to say
By
we would have
you
won.
blow them out?
No, I don't think it's 65-7. I think we win like handily.
TCU matches up better against Ohio State in certain regards. Just like they beat Michigan because it was a Big Ten team, and I think they matched up better against Michigan than a team like Georgia.
Michigan should have beat. Like Michigan, honestly, Michigan probably comes out of this a bigger loser than anybody. Like that they totally should have been national. Like they're a better team than TCU, and they just fucking threw the game. They played so bad, and just threw the game away. I mean, and when I say that, I don't even mean to like poo-poo on TCU because they deserve to be there. Like the games they had won and everything they pulled off. They deserve to be there. Did they have a bunch of balls bounce their way during the regular season? No doubt about it. They definitely did.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a stretch for like 4 games in a row. But the starting quarterback they played got hurt in every game.
Yeah.
Like they definitely had some things go their way for sure. And the Big 12 just isn't good.
Yeah.
I was saying that all year. The Big 12, Pac-12 just are not good conferences. Really, ACC was down this year too, so they just weren't strong. But I mean,
are you a proponent of a larger playoff format?
for sure, because I think someone made the comment. I think you actually made it, Don. Like because TCU, I think if there's a 12-team playoff, they probably don't get to that. Maybe they do, because listen, they beat Michigan, so you got to give them all the credit. Like they deserve to be there, but they might get weighed out earlier because how the 12-team playoff works is it's the 5 Power 5 conference champions, the highest rated Group of 5 conference champion, which would have been Tulane in this sense, which makes sense. I mean, they beat USC, and then to be 5 or 6 at large. So in the top 5, the way I believe it's going to work is the top 4 would get a bye. So TCU would have got their bye, and rightfully so, they would have deserved it. But then they would have played, I think those 6 to 12 games will be really good. Listen, with more games, you're going to get blowouts. But I think people that hate college football, they love to use this as an excuse to be like, oh, college football stinks, blah, blah. I mean, look at the NBA Finals games. Every single game was decided by 20 points.
It's true.
It was a good series, but blowouts happen in sports all the time. We just in college football we've had these big glaring national championship blowouts, so people use an excuse to just shit on the sport. Whereas you guys are all saying we had 2 all-time classic semifinals games.
Yeah.
It was just the worst possible matchup. I mean, we were 2 seconds away from one of the biggest rivalries in sports being the national title game.
What'd you think?
We both blew it. We both blew the game.
What'd you think of that Pollock dude just looking Saban in the eye and being George's thinking?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was erotic. That was unbelievable.
That was unbelievable.
Because he had to just eat it because he's right.
But you see, dude,
the national title goes through Georgia. Period. Now they've taken the throne. No doubt about it.
This look right here, he gives them.
For those at home who may have not seen it.
And Pollock is a Georgia grad. Played for Georgia, was All-American.
Saban kind of ducks his head because he knows he can't do anything. But that initial look off rip is if I was not on national TV, I would rip.
Well, that's what we were saying on the stream last night because Pollock did this in a spot where I know Saban in his head, he's that cocksucker.
Oh my God.
Because
he's thinking about filleting him right now.
You know what's so
Literally.
funny? Nick Saban's one of these guys who lives in such a bubble of he's the king of Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
No one ever would
He's
say
the king of college football. Yeah.
Well, right. At a time, we know he's been.
He was.
Kurt, his understudy just took the throne.
But in his world, we talked about this on Part of My Take, head football coaches are warlords of college.
No,
now.
it's true. They're cult leaders.
So this is someone showing up to the UN and getting talked down to by another. He has no idea that anyone would ever talk. So he has to snap back into reality. So he's what the fuck? No one talks to me like this. And he's oh shit, I'm on national TV. I took this job as a pundit for a second. They invited me here. I'm probably getting paid a contract by ESPN. I forgot I'm not in my own world. That was the funniest part about the whole thing.
It was great.
Yeah, because you never see him get bitched like that.
Yeah.
And he got bitched.
You could tell that he, and college coaches, all of them, Steve Sarkisian, we saw that, have that hair trigger.
You know,
where-
the first person he talked to when he got off camera took a lashing.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like that
big
motherfucker
time.
Pollock, that piece
Yeah,
of shit.
yeah.
This was a setup.
Fucking sandbagged me the second he put me on camera.
100,000%.
Let's see what the streets of Athens look like after the win. I mean,
You know what's hilarious? Yeah, I think Nick and KB were sent to TCU to film a video. And
KB didn't go.
He didn't go, but Nick's there just alone.
Nick just flew 4.5 hours. and
Okay,
just
well,
for
I
nothing.
hope Nick still puts out a video because, like, whenever we put out a video about the winning team, I would just love to see that contrasted with like the
yes.
atmosphere.
they were
Nick
burning
put out a clip
Christmas
that was pretty
trees.
funny.
He
Okay.
did.
TCU really, left no doubt that we're the worst team.
I don't know why we fucking flew here. Well, as of right now, it's 45-7 Georgia. Thinking back, I can only recall one bigger Texas blowout. Yeah, there had to have been a second shooter.
Christmas trees
Because just
burn.
walking around and shoving a camera
Oh, that guy had a bad jump
in
right
the
there.
face of TCU fans
Oh,
would be
that,
funny.
that's
That's dangerous. I wouldn't advise that.
Christmas trees are such a fire hazard.
Call me crazy, but if I'm
Oh, he just
threw the Christmas
that
tree
at the crowd.
Listen, I'm gonna keep it real. If I'm go to a southern school, I would be like, you know what, guys, maybe we shouldn't light things on fire and raise them above our head, just optics wise. It would just.
Nah, you would go along with the peer
I
pressure.
know. Listen,
You
they're
wouldn't
having
say
fun.
shit.
They're having fun, but I'm just saying, like, you know, it just people are stupid and they might use it for the wrong
Yeah,
reason.
but no one wants to be that one college kid being like, guys, can we actually
I agree.
extinguish the fucking Christmas tree?
When I was at Denver and we won, they just took a couch to the middle of like the busiest street at University.
Yeah.
And they just lit a couch on fire. It was fucking awesome. It was like the final scene in Joker.
Yeah, I mean, hey, do people usually end up getting hurt? I know someone when the Red Sox won, some dude got hit with a beanbag bullet and died.
Oh my God, what?
Yeah, when the Red Sox won the World Series. I think when they broke the curse, there was like a riot at UMass Amherst and the cops fired a rubber bullet or a beanbag and killed someone.
Those things are for
accidentally.
real.
Huh.
Someone else who got
Yeah.
shot with a beanbag, Bam Margera, but we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that later.
Next up, Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan are officially dating. And I guess the 90s Bulls are officially just in shambles.
No, they've been
Yeah.
they're closer than ever.
Yeah,
Literally.
I mean, Jordan and Pippen already didn't like each other, so this probably seals the deal that they're never going to be rekindling their friendship.
They're going to have to, though. I mean, what about Thanksgiving?
What if they get married? This also just seems, I don't know this much
Well,
about
no,
Larsa
I mean-
Pippen.
Scottie Pippen wouldn't be invited to Thanksgiving because it's his ex-wife.
True that. But Larsa's going to be there.
Larsa is going to be there. Larsa seems to have made her rounds.
Yeah,
There
no,
were rumors
she's
Future.
Hall of Fame homie hopper.
She denied that. She was apparently dating Tristan Thomas right before he started to date Khloe Kardashian.
What's her claim to fame?
Yeah,
Is she Housewives?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
she's
Real
on.
Housewives.
She was on Housewives because she was already famous. I think her claim to fame was just being married to Scottie Pippen.
And that put her in the ether, and then
Yeah.
she took the ball and ran with it.
Yeah, I mean, would you?
She's hot.
Also, Marcus Jordan, what's his claim to fame?
Yeah.
Similar types of people in the media spotlight. I
That's
think
such a yeah. So try to think of your really close friend or your really close coworker. He breaks up with his girlfriend and then starts to date and then she starts to date your son.
Yeah.
Would you have a problem with that?
if you're Jordan, you're laughing and
Yeah.
you're laughing on the golf course, smoking a cigar,
Dude.
drinking some scotch.
The craziest thing about that picture, though, is that he's just decked head to toe in Jordan gear. His laptop says Jordan
Yeah.
on it. Like, I mean, that is just an unbelievable photo.
I
Dude,
mean, as Michael Jordan's son, you think he could find a girlfriend that's like either his age or younger, but some people just love older women.
she
And-
must just be intoxicating.
Yeah.
These are the types of people who have agents for random reasons, like for media engagements and stuff, who advise them, oh, like, you guys were seen at this game, it made headlines, like, if you're gonna stay relevant, like, keep on doing this. Just like get a photo op in front of a random hotel. Like,
Yeah.
who, like, just
Emily
smooch-
Ratajkowski's been doing that.
Yeah. That's my theory on Pete Davidson. I think like people who want to make headlines, especially people coming out of relationships, First thing you gotta do is date Pete Davidson.
He's like a stud now for a horse stud.
He's
like,
just on call.
He's just like, he's on call. It's the greatest job on earth. If you're like a hot chick in Hollywood, it's like date Pete Davidson. That's the number one go-to.
Dude, what if
How'd
like,
you get that job?
Yeah, you could.
Because like
I mean,
don't know.
there's a possibility that you could get that job.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so, but I'd like it.
I
I'd
mean-
love that job, dude. If anyone is fit for the gig, it's Nadeau. If I'm Marcus Jordan right now, I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm hoping that Nadeau doesn't pull up in Miami Beach, because then it's curtains.
Yeah.
For
I
their
mean,
relationship.
publicists, if like one of your clients just broke up with someone, dates Barstool Rudy,
Yeah.
that would, I mean, Barstool employee.
Rudy or Nadeau, they have a choice.
They have a choice, and I
Yeah.
hate to say it, man. I think I'm coming up short, dude. I mean, he's got swagger
Nadeau's
times a million.
More of like the bad boy, and you're like the pretty boy.
Yeah.
So
I
depends
can't-
what they're going for.
I don't have my bag ain't as deep as his, dude. He can sing John Paul like right to your face. I can't speak Spanish. I got banned because I have dyslexia. I did. I got banned, dude. It sucks. Fucking sucks, dude.
Yeah. So I think their relationship will work for a while, but right now it's like he's 32, she's 48. But then you got to think about when he's 42 and she is. Someone do the math, but yeah, high 60s. That'd be, I don't know.
Menopause.
Yeah, she'll have gone through menopause. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with 6-year-old woman, but
nothing.
usually like it's better when you're also a 6-year-old man.
I'm wishing them the best.
Yeah.
Intergenerational relationships, there's a lot of hurdles. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, 4 cops fired for having sex on duty with female officer at Girls Gone Wild hot tub party.
And not
Dude.
just there. It seems like they had sex with this girl all over the place.
The gym, the car,
Sounds like LSU.
go
but
kart.
I don't know if this was a gangbang situation. I think it was just that she was banging different officers she works with in various locations.
They were just doing some old-fashioned swinging. See,
You know what? I back the blue. These guys are in such dangerous situations on a daily basis. If they're feeling like they're living on the edge all the time and they got to do that, I mean,
Yeah, I think it was just that they were doing it like at the police department, where if they were just doing this in their own time off duty,
Well-
then would it be a problem?
they were getting paid.
Would they be
Apparently-
They were
fired?
getting paid to fuck.
apparently in multiple locations, including their homes, Go Kart USA, a Memorial Day family party, and the police department gym, which is
Bro.
technically recreation.
You got to be dastardly horny to have to fuck at the go-kart track. I mean, that's a place where there's plenty of stimulation.
I think there's just a lot of people that get off to having sex in weird places.
Totally.
Like, are you guys in that boat at
No,
all?
I get too much anxiety. Like I've had a couple situations where like, you know, you kind of want to sneak one, and I'm just like I'm kind of a bitch. I'm like, I don't know, like it's kind of like I'm like looking over my shoulder.
Yeah,
like,
I've done it a couple times, but it's not great sex. Like I'm super nervous and like I come in like 30 seconds.
I need air
So
conditioning.
yeah, it's not
I need air conditioning.
Yeah.
If there's air conditioning, maybe I can make it happen. Also, my thing that amazed me about this story is that I just love how there isn't sex anything that happens in this country without Jerry Thornton finding out about it.
yeah.
Well,
If anyone's fucking in a slightly weird way, Jerry, it's coming across his desk.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's been doing the teacher blogs anymore, so like stuff
he's
like
not allowed
this,
to.
he just jumps on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh man, I get that rush from the teacher blogs.
This is also the issue. You know, they got fired, and probably rightfully so, because you can't just do that on company time. It's pretty unprofessional. But this is what happens when you take porn to the real world. You know, I mean, these are fantasy situations. Fucking at the go-kart, in the police uniform, fucking in the gym, fucking in the closet while you're a cop, fucking in the squad car. That's a porn scene. You can't bring that to the real world.
Well,
It's
do you
fantasy.
think reality inspired fiction or fiction inspired reality? I mean, like, look, these videos came with police officers. Like Johnny Sins was playing police officers before this story came out.
100,000%. I think that it put it in the ether, but my issue is that you got to leave it. You got to leave it in the fantasy world. That's what it's meant for.
Or do you think in the pre-internet days it was just known that these things happen, so they made the movies in model of events
Of
they
what
had
was
heard
going
of?
on.
I mean, yeah. Well,
So, like-
people been
about that.
fucking. People been fucking. People gonna stay fucking.
I think it's the chicken and the egg scenario. I think art reflects reality.
I agree with that. I mean, it definitely was happening before Johnny Sins put on the shield. Before he donned the shield.
It seems like this chick was really into it. Like I don't think it was the type of situation where these dudes were taking advantage.
They
of
were
it.
having
It seems-
fun.
It seems like
They were having
she was
fun.
like, let's see how many people on this force.
The husband got mad though. I think that was the end of it, right?
And it all happened within like a year and a half. She'd been working there since August 2001. Or 2021.
She just came in like a fucking hurricane. Respect.
You know what happens a lot? It's kind of similar, but female prison guards end up banging a lot of the inmates. And I think it's kind of a situation where usually female prison guards aren't the most attractive, no offense. But then they start working at a place where all the inmates think she's like the most beautiful woman ever because she's the only woman that they've seen, and they're all sex craved. And that's actually how a couple of the inmates got free in a big prison break.
Yeah.
They were banging the guard.
They dicked their way out of it?
Yeah. Must have been some good dick.
Legend shit. That's pretty tight. I mean, I almost think that, like, you're never going to be able to stop people from having sex. It's only natural. We almost got to get creative and think of a workaround. You know, we have pumping stations at offices, as should be. Maybe we have a smush room. Jersey Shore invented that. That was a good workaround.
I hope no one's had sex in this office.
Well, we're going to have to take
But
it
I'm
up
saying
with
that you
HR.
almost have to create a safe haven for it.
Yes. Yeah.
That way you're not at the Go Kart.
We have a nursing room upstairs, actually. Kate told me about it.
I've seen it.
And what if there was just like a separate suck station?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not talking about like an actual like...
A milking table?
Yeah.
Milking
No,
table?
like one of those Japanese blowjob machines.
Yeah. Listen, we're just spitballing, trying to come up with creative solutions here.
I don't think this is going to be a problem because the next generation is the least horniest generation of all time.
I disagree with that.
No, it's on statistics.
That's propaganda.
Oh,
No.
it's been proven they're having the least amount of sex,
Yeah.
but maybe they're still like jacking off just as much and like not like masturbating.
I think they took the lead out of the gasoline and just everybody stopped getting horny.
No, I think they're just less comfortable talking to people and a little more socially awkward. But maybe I think they're might just be getting into kinkier porn.
I just
I
don't
think
like to
that's-
believe that.
okay.
I just don't believe people get less horny. But you have statistics?
Maybe it's the
Statistics.
Wi-Fi. Maybe it's the
5G.
Wi-Fi, guys. The 5G, yeah. It's
So-
always on your lap. You start to
This
kill some
type of
hormones.
stuff's going to be antiquated.
Sad.
Damn,
Hope it's not true.
microplastics. Next up, Steve-O interviewed Bam Margera. So I'm not too familiar with all the Jackass drama. I like the movies.
Did you used to watch Viva La Bam?
I did watch a couple episodes of that.
I was obsessed with Viva La Bam. I loved that show. I loved Bam Margera.
So
Still do.
What exactly happened?
So basically, the weird thing about, like, in a nutshell, the whole Bam story is that, like, in the rise of Jackass, he was the most, like, put together one. He made the most money. He was, like, the star. He had, like, his money put together. He would take care of everyone else because everyone else was so fucked up on drugs and alcohol. Mm-hmm. And he was, like, drinking, but not to the point where he was, like, doing drugs. He was, like, the most put together. Ryan Dunn passes away. And then that's when everything kind of just, like, for him, seemed to sort of fall apart, and he started drinking a lot more.
Yeah, and then
like,
Steve-O got sober.
Steve-O got sober, and the rest of them pretty much got sober, and then he sort of went the opposite way. So it's kind of this weird thing where, like, they're all now sober, and he's in the worst spot ever. But it was really Ryan Dunn's passing away that, like, sent him into this, like, downward spiral. And also the lead singer of Him, he, like, idolized this lead singer from Finland, I think. He's, like, a rock star, and he would drink a lot, and he, like, idolized this dude. So he started drinking because he did. And so anyways, long story short, it's been like 7 or 10 years of this where, like, Bam has been in and out. He's gained, like, a ton of weight. He looks bad, but he seems to be doing better now. It's like this cyclical thing where, like, 8 months he's good, and then he goes way off the rails. But I guess, like, recently what happened was he got, like, a really bad case
5
of
seizures.
He had 5 seizures, had pneumonia and COVID at the same time.
Yeah.
His heart, like, actually stopped. He bit his tongue. And then,
he bit
like,
his
the
tongue
blood,
swallowed
the blood, like, gave him an infection, and he was, like, on a ventilator. But he seems to be out of it, doing okay now. Off the meds.
Were they bipolar meds, maybe, or something like that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Off the meds, which is one of those things too, where you're always just like, yay, but
is he gonna start shouting out Hitler?
yeah, exactly. You know, like when everyone's like, I'm off the meds, you're always sort of like, woo. But then you're like, you know, you never know. But he seems to be, he's sober now. He went to rehab for like a year, and I think he's sober now.
Is he pissed that he got kicked off the set of Jackass Forever? Or he's like, thank you guys for making me
I
get
think
sober?
now he's at peace with it. At the time, he was fucking livid. Because I think that of what I described with the history, he was like, as if you guys are going to kick me off the show for being drunk when
you
we
guys were
made this
fucked up,
entire
yeah.
show on all these movies while you guys were more fucked up than ever. And he's not wrong, but that doesn't mean it's like,
Yeah.
it's tough. Like, he's not wrong, but it was a different vibe then. And like, they were still functioning. Like, Bam was like, it was like an insurance thing. Like, Bam was legitimately like in a really bad physical state. Whereas like Steve-O, I'm pretty sure Steve-O could like eat like a nuclear reactor and live. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a little different. So, but I think now he's at peace with it. Like, he did the podcast with Steve-O, and I think that he's okay with the decision because he understands that he was in a really bad spot.
There was a clip of the podcast, and like when he was being rushed to the hospital, there was a chance he was going to die. Like, he took out his phone and was filming a clip of himself, and he was like, well, just in case like I do die and they make a movie about me. Like, he was still thinking about the content game.
He's Mount Rushmore content brain. He is one of the greatest of all time at content brain.
Yeah.
His Instagram is a must follow.
And that, like, yeah, when he was doing Viva La Bam, he pretty much had an unlimited budget to just do the craziest shit with all his friends.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's a good thing I'm working at Barstool. We're like allowed to have fun, but we're also kept on like a little bit of a leash. Like, we can't just go out and just film whatever the fuck we want at all times. And it's like, if we just had that like unlimited budget to go do whatever, like, who knows what road we would go down.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's a good thing Nick's not here because I've been doing this Bam impersonation lately, and it's apparently the worst impersonation ever.
Huh.
But
if you want to try it out,
I'll give it a yo. This is Bam Margera, yo.
What?
Bam Margera. Yeah, this is Bam Margera, yo.
Welcome
to Jackass. Welcome to Jackass. Yo. No, I can't. It's not good, dude.
That's
Nick
why.
hates it. Whenever I do it, Nick has to leave the room.
I bet if it was louder.
I can't go louder, yo, because he kind of talks like he kind of has that like Delco.
Is he from the Delco
He's
region?
from Philly, yeah. He's from Westchester, Pennsylvania.
I remember watching the show when I was a kid. He had a very attractive girlfriend, and they were engaged. Is he still with that girl?
No, they did a show about it. They broke up. They're still friends, and now he's with a separate lady who is quite attractive. I don't know if they're still together, but they have a son named Phoenix.
Okay, yeah. I think he's still with her.
Now he's with the shaman?
I guess
Yeah,
he's with the shaman.
In the blog that Pat wrote, he was like, I don't know for how much longer he's going to be doing better because he's with a shaman. I think a shaman might be the right route to go.
Yeah, whatever gets you
He's
there.
probably getting like a psychedelic lobotomy.
A psychedelic lobotomy, dude?
Like,
Sign me up for that.
the
Going Aaron Rodgers route?
Well, like the shaman just like loads him up with so much psychedelics, like he doesn't even like want to do drugs.
But then he wouldn't be sober. I think he says he's completely sober.
I was trying to get more info on the shaman, and I couldn't really find much. I'm curious about the shaman. I want to know Bam Margera's shaman. That is an interesting.
Yeah.
route. I want to know more about this shaman.
I think there's a video on YouTube with him and the shaman. If you don't have to play it right now, you can watch it at home.
You know what's a fascinating drug I just learned about recently? Ibogaine.
What's that?
It's like illegal in the U.S., but apparently it like cures opioid addictions in like a day.
Sounds like Kratom.
That does sound like Kratom.
No, Kratom is literally. I was actually So I actually walked into a corner store smoke shop that like is a deli, to buy
Kratom.
pouches and whatnot. And then like they have so much Kratom in there, and like in New Jersey, there's like all the different deltas that are legal. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yo, does anybody come in and buy all this Kratom? Because they have a lot of them.
KB.
And the guy at the counter is
He's
like,
off the Kratom.
He's off the Kratom, yes.
Yeah.
But he's the reason I tried Kratom for the first time, and I was like, I kind of like this. So I know most people use it to get off pills, but I'm wondering, can it also lead you to getting on pills?
No. So I was
probably.
talking to the guy at the counter, and you could tell he was like a marijuana guy. I'm like, hey, do you do any of this Kratom stuff? Like, and I was like, do you sell a lot of it? And he goes, yeah, man, I would never touch that shit, because I'm seeing people come in here like almost every day, twice a day, coming in like literally like looking for their fix.
Dude, I
don't think it's as like.
I saw an
safe as people
advertisement
think.
for Kratom where it was outside of like a smoke shop in my neighborhood, and it's a girl doing ropes, and they're like, get your best workout ever with Kratom. And I was like, everything I've heard about Kratom, you're horizontal. Like you take it like Donnie. Like, can you imagine? Isn't that like wildly like weird?
What they say, they're like, in small doses, it gives you a lot of energy, and then if you take even more, then it like chills you out, and then if you take even more, it just puts you to bed. So it sounds like there's a wide spectrum
yeah,
of
we've
what
heard
kratom
about,
can be used
but like
for.
that's just like opioids. Like NFL players used to like talk about
Yeah.
balling off a Percocet, and they say that like
Yeah, I think
it's
if
a
you do have a
rush.
serious opioid problem, it could be healthier to be on kratom instead of pills, but it seems dangerous if you just start doing the kratom and
you're
then
just
you're
addicted to legal opioids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read it as like if you're so good at lifting, you need an extra challenge, like maxing out on military press while on kratom. That's way harder superset.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like doing a few sit-ups off the kratom. I mean, it'd feel like you were trying to lift up like 3,000 pounds.
Work, yeah. Like you want a new challenge? Work out
Yeah.
drunk.
You want to make 2 pounds feel like 3 tons? Work out on kratom. Efficient.
Damn. Well, hopefully this guy might have been on kratom. This video coming out of South Carolina Wal-Mart.
probably PCP.
I have not seen this yet.
So
There's a
Walmart
guy-
videos always
Yeah.
deliver.
Walmart has the best fights.
Yeah.
He whips out a knife.
He takes out a knife. He's got a knife right now.
I think I'd rather be shot than stabbed with a knife.
Yes,
Knives scare
I've
me.
always had
Yes.
this take.
Knives
And
scare me.
boom!
Oh my
Oh,
god!
he gets hit with the fucking rope.
Now,
Dude, he hit him with
Stand-
the he hit him with the little rope thing.
Look at that moment right there. Just
dude, it's the perfect hit. He gets him. He drops the knife, hits the ground. This is like my dream. Like it's not my dream. I hope it never happens. But I've always
Your
thought
daydream.
if I'm in like a hostage situation, or say if someone like walks in the office with a knife, or if I'm on the subway, someone pulls a knife.
Yeah.
While like he's distracted, threatening everybody with a knife, I take the heaviest thing I
So
can
you,
find. and drop it on
you
his
got a
head.
little bit of Mark Wahlberg in you.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean I'm
I
not.
think if you deny that you don't have Mark Wahlberg in
No,
you,
I
It's
thought
like, I
about
can
it
say
too.
that.
But
I don't know what I would do in the moment. Like, I might just freak the fuck out and be like, what if I miss? And then he just turns around and
It
shoots
would be
me.
an all-time clip if you hit him with the right before you disarm him. Hey, how are you? And then bam. yeah.
Wait, pause it right at the
Imagine
end.
if someone did that to Mincy's friend who barged in the office. Like,
Yeah.
you would be in jail because that guy
A little-
didn't have
little
a
farther.
weapon.
right
but,
there.
Yeah, it looks like a UFC
That
fight.
is, imagine, you're about to get curb stomped to
Yeah,
death
dude,
by
I
a bunch of dudes.
gotta hand it to the guy that took him down. His form was impeccable. If you watch his run up, he does a nice little stutter step, transfers his weight perfectly. I mean, watch. He comes up, grabs it right
When does
here.
he decide? He's like, oh,
Right
yep,
here, he's like,
there
"Yep,
we
this
go.
will work." Got that?
Yeah, I
Bang,
got this.
Stutter step, and then transfers his
And
weight,
that's-
follows through. That's a guy that swung a hammer.
And those things
before.
are heavy, and it's got like a sharp edge too, so that fucking...
Credit to him though, man. People with knives scare me.
If that guy
Yeah.
dies, does he
Hot
get
take.
responsibility?
I have no idea.
I
how
mean,
that
he's
works.
deadly
Yeah.
weapon, threatening people.
I think that's probably fair. I think that if there's someone brandishing a weapon and trying to stab someone, you can probably try to take them down with a divider.
So when Mincy's buddy rushes in,
Yeah.
one of us just sucker punches him.
That
Illegal.
I don't
no,
know. I think
we
that'd be
got
different.
an email from Erica saying, "Hey, if that happens again, like, you can get in trouble." for,
Yeah,
like,
I think that you got to let
assaulting
the
someone, which-
professionals. Also, it wasn't like he was brandishing a weapon.
Yeah, I don't see why if someone barges into your office and is just trying to barge their way through, I don't think you can take one of those things and hit him over the head. But you should like be able to punch him.
I
or
was
use
waiting for you
force
to get,
him out.
to get to this point because like, when it happened, I was like, I can't wait to hear Billy just try to navigate the statute of limitations for attacking someone.
Rudy
here we
calls
are.
me up. Rudy calls me up
I
that
did
night.
call him that
hey,
night.
can I get your opinion on the situation today?
Yeah.
And it was just like he wants me to give him a Mark Wahlberg answer where I was like,
Yes,
if I
I
was there,
did.
it'd go differently.
Yeah, I did want that, but you were level-headed. You were
Yeah.
level-headed, which is, you're a good dude.
Yeah.
You're a lover.
Speaking of,
You being level-headed.
we went below sea
Yeah.
level.
He's not.
What a weird way to say that.
Speaking of Billy being level-headed, sometimes
You get below level.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
you landed that
Speaking
plane.
sea level.
Yeah.
Donnie and I went for a very interesting adventure.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen or heard of the Joe Rogan podcast where someone had proof that 50 tons of mammoth bones were dumped into the East River in the 1940s. And me and Billy went out trying to find them on Saturday. With the Dirty Water Don, the star of Discovery Channel's Sewer Divers. He had a boat, and we thought we were just going to watch people dive for bones. But no, he had a gigantic dive helmet and let both of us go down to like 60 feet underwater.
It looks like you guys are gonna.
74.
You guys look like you were about to go into space.
Yeah, it was like it was like the movie Armageddon, but it was Donnie and I just going to the bottom of the East River.
Which is like what, like 10 feet?
No, we thought it was going to be 10 feet, but then the NYPD said you can't link up to the side of Manhattan, where it was 20 feet on the ledge, and then he moved. Then we like anchored, and we ended up right over the trench, which is like when they built it, there was like this ledge. When they put so they could build the wall and the storm drainage and stuff. There's a ledge. Oh, actually, for the camera, there's a ledge, 20 feet deep. Here's the top of the water. Then it just drops straight into a trench.
So you had to go down that
70
trench.
feet. So it was like,
we ended up in the trench.
Dude, isn't that like? Don't you feel like qualified to go that deep?
so what I've now learned is it's a 6-month certification process to use that equipment.
You guys just ran.
We
You
got
guys
5 minutes of training. He goes,
just quick Google search.
he goes, 2 rules: keep breathing and don't take off the helmet.
All right.
And sent us down there. The most dangerous part about it was the currents at the bottom of the river were so strong. So you're just holding on for dear life.
No thanks, dude. That petrifies me.
So actually, this is so funny. I was freaking out. He was like,
You
"Yo,
get
just
locked
connect."
into a helmet.
He was like, "Connect the air cords." He's like, "Yeah, just connect them." And I connect them. Like, wait,
Are
why
these
are you
good?
trusting me to connect this?
Yeah.
Can you check this out?
Wait, so how deep did you end
yeah,
up going?
I'm just like, I'm not touching it. Can you check it?
How deep did you end up
We
going?
both went to
74.
Dude, don't you have to like come back up slowly so your brain doesn't explode?
Donnie's nose started bleeding.
Yes, well, it started bleeding on the way down because you have to pressurize your nose every 10 feet. And
I can't
couldn't-
pressurize.
You're
I've
wearing
never
a
been able to
helmet, so I kept
pressurize.
on trying to clear my nose just by hammering the helmet into my nose and blowing out. And it took me like 4 minutes just to get to the bottom.
So did you find anything?
I pulled up a rock.
Nice.
And we did find something, but you're gonna have to wait for the video to
Yeah.
drop next Wednesday.
Also, this is not your first go around in the East River.
No, but this was the other side of the East River. So now I've seen the East River from every different perspective.
This was the upside down.
How
one,
do you
Beach River.
even? I mean, they've cleaned it up. I have a lot from what I've heard.
Yeah.
But isn't it still like? How do you see shit in there?
We didn't.
You
we
can't see
didn't.
anything. How are you gonna find a bone?
You can see shit.
Oh, just
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That is that
Maybe-
a
maybe we
is that a
did find
prop?
something.
Is that a prop?
no, that's a bone. It's part of a
Definitely
skeleton
bone.
of sorts.
We haven't figured out what type of bone.
Yeah, but the craziest part was, like, it was a different planet down there.
Yeah.
And we had to hold on to this rope, and if we let go of the rope, we were going to be 100 yards down the river. And
Luckily, with these helmets, you're supplied with air from the surface. So there's like a tube going to the surface. So if you let go of the rope, they could just pull you up by the tube.
but the tube's attached to the helmet, and you're just getting pulled up by your neck.
Dude, I would have been like, no fucking thanks.
And
dude.
you have a lead vest on, so you're not really swimming. It's almost like more like skydiving, where you're just dropping off the boat and you're just going straight to the ground. You're just dropping in.
No thanks, dude. Do you
It-
guys have tunes playing in the helmet? Just your thoughts.
Radio.
Actually?
So I could talk to Billy while he was down there.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man, that's fucking crazy. I never would in a million years do. I hate going deep underwater. I can't even go to like a 10-foot pool and get to the bottom. My head hurts too much. The pressure's too much.
You gotta.
It hurts my
blow
ears,
it out.
dude.
Yeah,
When I
you
blow
gotta
out, it hurts.
Blow out your ears
It
a
doesn't.
little bit.
It doesn't feel good.
Honestly,
I don't
when
get it.
No,
when
my
I
ears are
first
still fucked up.
when I first went down, the guy, the professional, went down before. He was like, "It's pretty rough down there, man." And I was like, "What the fuck? You've been diving for like 10 years and it's rough down there?" And then I go down, and I'm like, just like getting hit with the current, just holding onto the rope as much as I could, and I was just kind of like paralyzed at the bottom, just looking around like, "Yep," feeling around my feet like
Does it have
Nope.
a flashlight?
no bones.
Yes, it does
Yeah.
have a light.
It was like no bones I could see. I think I'm chilled down there. I was like, okay, I think I've had my fill.
Yeah, I mean,
So I just went back.
yeah.
But then Donnie went down, and he went down, and it was pretty rough down there. But then like now that I think about it, like I have less fear now. I actually almost want to go back and look for the bones during slack tide.
I mean, I just want to use one of those dive helmets like in the Caribbean.
Yeah,
That
like where the
would be
water is
sweet.
clear.
Yeah, because you can't see a thing, and the current. Yeah, but slack tide. Hey, if Dirty Water Don and the rest of his sewer diving crew want to take us back out, we're game. Unfortunately, PFT could only sponsor one of the expeditions. He covered all the fuel costs. Follow PFT
Yes.
on Instagram. I
That's-
think it's at PFT Commenter. He covered our fuel in hopes that we could get him some more followers on Instagram. So
This is literally.
do us a favor.
This is literally national treasure.
yeah.
Like you guys are living out the, like you need funding to go find whale bones in Manhattan.
I think this isn't going to be the
I
last.
think if we can just
adventure.
pull up like a bone fragment, we'll have tons of funding coming in. I'm
Yeah.
sure Big Cat will get on board. Francis will probably invest 20K of his dad's money.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
Bennett.
And yeah, we'll have all the rich people in the office. Alex Bennett will probably start investing. So we just need to find one bone fragment first.
Yeah.
Is there shit in that water?
Dude, it was
Oh
pretty
yes,
dirty.
no. It says whenever it rains, New York City's allowed to release a certain amount of human excrement into the river.
Do I have a rash on the back of my neck?
Oh yeah, that was like a poop rash.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was
but
the
yeah.
one exposed spot that didn't have
Protection.
my wetsuit.
Yeah, you have a poop rash.
Just get some Neosporin
But,
on it. You'll be
be
good.
on the lookout for the video dropping next Wednesday.
It's sick.
Yeah.
That's
Have
pretty metal, dude.
A lot of footage to go through. And maybe next time we do the rundown, we'll smoke some catnip, as
oh yeah.
he ordered catnip joints for some reason.
We
Good.
we were talking about animals that do drugs in nature and how catnip is like the only reason catnip is all across the world, like literally except Antarctica, is because cats got addicted to catnip and just spread it everywhere in their poop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then we looked up if humans can smoke catnip, and they said, yeah, it's not gonna hurt you. And some people actually think it like eases anxiety.
Yeah.
I never understood like what catnip is.
It gets them high.
It's very closely related to cannabis, right?
Kind of. Shout out Meowiwana, the company that sent us
Okay.
catnip joints and a gigantic catnip joint.
They are not a sponsor of this rundown.
Yeah, but thanks for sending us the catnip joints, and maybe we'll smoke some catnip.
Yeah, I mean, I am gonna
We'll
smoke
get.
some
I mean,
catnip.
have you ever seen a cat? Like even tigers and lions freak out on catnip.
Oh yeah. It's like they're on PCP though.
What if we like do it and it's like DMT, and we just like travel to another like planet where we talk to like different cat aliens?
The cat dimension?
The cat dimension, and we're just like, holy shit, and like you know how everyone thinks that cats are aliens?
No.
Never heard that.
No one
Like
thinks
the
that.
plot of Cats versus Dogs.
No one thinks cats are aliens, but
No,
you're
like,
thinking of
that's like-
octopuses.
That's based on a true story.
Right, but like the thing is like cats domesticated humans, and like why do the ancient Egyptians worship them, and like
Yeah.
why there's so many cat memorials in ancient civilizations. Like what if they have like some like connection to another world through catnip
Dude,
that they
I
talk
think you
to
got
the
to. I think you
entities?
got to explore this.
And they're like, yo, enslave the humans, just make them feed you every day.
Dude,
and-
bridge the gap, connect the dots,
yeah.
find the
Sounds
origin.
like a good episode of macrodosing.
Yeah, there might be a cat. Yeah, that way, if cats had better communication with like whatever DMT like dimension that psychedelics take you to, because they just been tripping on catnip all the time.
For sure. I agree.
That's like how they get enlightened. Like
Yeah.
that's not that far off.
They do walk around like they're enlightened.
Yeah,
Like they know everything. Like they've lived for thousands of years. Like Clemmer.
we gotta go fucking smoke some catnip.
I think it's more like cocaine for cats.
Yeah, they
It's
act
not
like
like
they're on
a
PCP.
spiritual experience. They're just like,
No.
oh, fuck yeah.
They like jump and do
Wait,
backflips.
let's Google this real quick. What does
All right,
catnip
but this
do
is
to
now
cats?
turned into an episode of macrodosing.
Yeah. What does catnip do?
Yeah, do to cats.
Rolling, rubbing, and eventually zoning out.
Okay.
Do catnips actually?
They just like roll in it and like rub their heads in it.
Other cats
They just take a little bath in it.
make some hyperactive or downright aggressive. Sounds like cocaine.
Yeah. If you approach them, usually these sessions last about 10 minutes, after which
Oh,
your cat loses interest. That does sound like a cat thing.
Yeah.
Well, if it mimics,
It mimics feline sex hormones.
or
so
just get, or
So
just
they get
makes
horny.
us-
really attracted to cats.
Wait, what was that Anchorman fragrance with the pheromones? Black Panther.
Yeah, Black
Oh,
Panther.
yeah.
Black Panther.
I had a bird once that was sexually attracted to a bell. We had to keep it from him because when he got his bell, it was like Gollum with the ring. It turned into a demon.
Can a bird get a boner? Oh, well,
Oh, look.
ducks can, I know. So
The main
I
ingredient in
assume-
catnip is called blah, 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 that stimulates certain brain chemicals related to mood and happiness. This sense of euphoria has been compared to that of a hallucinogenic drug
on humans. Oh, wow. All right.
So they're tripping,
Billy's
bro.
right. Yep.
They're tripping balls. They're
They're
tripping balls.
Nepetalactone.
Nailed it.
Nepetalactone.
I mean, if you want to smoke it today, I'm game.
Is Doggywana a catnip?
Okay, we got
Pull that up
to.
again. Doggywana is a non-addictive
If
catnip.
he's not going to do it, all right. That's the rundown.
Doggywana is a
I can't believe I
non-addictive
forgot.
catnip. Is catnip addictive?